Hello guys, TwinklePhoenix here bringing you a story. This was actually written by Purity Center, Tia, of her character of Miko, and I felt like I really wanted you guys to hear the story, so I'm going to be reading it to you. There'll be a link below, obviously, to Tia reading her own story. But anyway, let's begin. Everyone knows Disney, and there are many characters, but what of the ones who become forgotten, or those who just never made it? Well, this is the story of a character who didn't want to be forgotten, and who wanted a chance to shine, even if she had to take a few down to do it. Let's start at the beginning, like all good stories should start. A young animator with hopes and dreams gets his dream job at Disney. He wanted to make his mark, and to do that, he decided to try and break the Disney mold with a new type of character. Just what to do was his problem. He knew he needed a character, but he decided to let that little voice in his head do the drawing, and he would see what it would come up with. He began to draw a female, not too old and not too young, and definitely not a princess. He would make her fierce and different, intelligent and mischievous, causing trouble when she didn't mean to. Someone more real than any Disney had made before. First he started with the shoes. Black boots with gold on the sides, perfect for running and climbing, but slightly girlish. Then the pants, black with red stripes and flares at the bottom, so if she spun they would move, about giving her a dancer's look. Her shirt was black with a red broken heart, with a bit of pink around it. Her skin wasn't too light, slightly tanned, and her lips were full and red. And of course, in a devilish, mischievous smile that just made you think, what's she gonna do now? Her eyes were the richest and deepest of green, like looking into a forest, and her hair was long with a few red streaks within it. As he looked to her empty hand, which seemed to be reaching out, he drew an old-looking guitar to give the songstress some flair. But as he leaned back to stare at his creation, he spilt some ink. As the ink pooled around the drawing, an idea struck him. Using his brush, he moved it around her like living ink, and then he got it. She could morph using ink. It was something Disney hadn't tried, at least to his knowledge. As he finished his design, he wrote at the top, Makota. But the tar soon faded as he grabbed the paper, smudging it, making the name simply Miko. Rushing into his boss's office, he gave the pitch, but his boss only stared and shook his head, saying, "Sounds like a villainess. We don't need her yet." Heartbroken, he left the office to put the painting with the other unused characters. But a funny thing happens. Once a cartoon is made, it comes to life in its own little world. It either goes to the world of Disney or to the world of the forgotten. Or at least it goes to Disney till it's forgotten. As Miko was placed in the vault where the forgotten went, she looked around the world that formed in front of her. Shaking her head, she smirked. She wasn't gonna just be forgotten. She was gonna go to the big, sparkly world where all those who are known. And she was gonna cause some trouble and have some fun and make herself known. Nothing was gonna stop her now. If only she could figure out how to get there. And that is the end of our story. Or is it? Something tells me this story is far from over. Now again, as I said, Miko possibly does indeed feature in the world of Finest Treasure Island. But again, I will explain more behind that theory tomorrow. Be sure to check out the link below to, of course, Tia reading the story herself, plus the link to the story itself. Thank you again for taking the time to listen to this reading. Bye guys, see you in the next video, and good night.